All right. This is Natasha Lloyd. She's from New Zealand. She's 21 years old, and she's currently a student here at Auburn University, and then, well, I guess you're now a pro swimmer, right?
Yeah.
A pro swimmer here at Auburn. So I'll be conducting this interview in a format of questions, and I'm going to be writing them down. Okay, so what do you miss most about New Zealand?
The food, the native food.
Okay, easy. Yeah, of course.
Specifically, fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, next question is, what was the hardest adjustment coming to the U.S. for you personally?
For me, it was dealing with the overwhelming religion down here in the South.
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, we live in the Bible Belt, so obviously it's hard to like adjust to so much religion and like a lot being forced on you. So
yeah, especially New Zealand is a very liberal, non-religious country. So.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Okay, next question. What are popular local non-tourist attractions in your hometown of Christchurch, correct?
Yes, Christchurch. Okay. We have beautiful beaches, but you wouldn't know that unless you lived there, so it's not a tourist attraction.
Okay.
Because they're very like rough beaches. They're not the typical beautiful ones, but they're
more rugged and kind of
coast,
hugging the coastline.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
For sure. Yeah.
On average, this is kind of a question we like to talk about because like in places like France or in Europe, like meals tend to last longer. So like on average, how long would you say your meals last? Would you compare them more to an American meal, or would you compare them more to like a European style meal where they last a couple hours, 3 hours, something like that?
Yeah, it's definitely European based,
okay.
Which makes sense since we were so recently colonized by the British.
Yeah.
Their meals have a much more like social surrounding, I guess, and so you make them last longer, and you definitely like eat slower and enjoy the food more.
Perfect. I need to learn to do that because I can't. What about Auburn in specifically reminds you the most about home, would you say?
The small town feel.
Okay.
Definitely. That's one of the reasons why I picked here, because it reminded me of home.
Yeah.
I'm from a small town in New Zealand, and I love it here and there. So.
Awesome. Okay. Read my writing. What has been the most challenging part about coming here to Auburn?
Dealing with American mindsets. Americans have a very different way of thinking to a lot of the rest of the world, and especially to New Zealand.
Yeah, I mean, we're like forefathers born on like conservatism, obviously.
Right.
So it's very tough to like, obviously, like for some to stray from a certain mindset and thought process.
Right.
So I can see that.
And yeah, being so small, we grow up being taught to embrace everything, whereas here it's very much just American only.
For sure.
So.
Yeah. What assumptions have students made when you tell them that you're from New Zealand?
They think that we can drive from New Zealand to Australia.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually really funny.
Yeah. It's definitely cannot.
Wow.
I've also had people ask me if we have cars.
Really?
Which meant that they assumed that we were so so backwards that we hadn't even got cars yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the biggest culture shock you experienced coming to America?
I think sort of the same as one of the other questions.
Yeah. Maybe if we related it to student body, for example, like maybe leave like a religious aspect or kind of political mindset out of it. What was other than that? What was the hardest part?
Actually, I noticed I had to change my clothing style a lot to like fit in on campus.
Mm-hmm.
So
what would you have worn differently being in New Zealand?
as a university student,
Yeah.
it's a lot more formal at
Okay.
home. So I could never go to class in what I'm wearing right now, which is sports shorts and like a singlet top.
Yeah.
I would wear jeans and a nice shirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your hands down favorite meal from New Zealand? I know you kind of touched on it earlier. It might have been it, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, actually, lamb.
I was gonna say lamb's.
Lamb. Oh, that's the best. Yeah.
Okay. What is a little known fact about your culture that you could tell someone from America who wouldn't have no idea?
Does it have to be about our culture, or could it just be like a fact about New Zealand?
It could be a fact about New Zealand.
Okay. We have this amazing bird called a kakapo. I actually have it tattooed on my foot. It is the world's largest parrot, and it can't fly.
Yeah. Okay.
And it is just the coolest bird ever. And it's very unknown.
So they're indigenous, obviously, to New Zealand? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
and there's actually only about 100 left. They're very endangered.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, that is it. That's Natasha Lloyd from New
Perfect.
Zealand, and War Eagle.